Local business owners are also showing their support for Loretta Sanchez. They did that at her campaign offices on Monday.
Joel, come on up, Joel.
One by one, local business owners stepped up to the podium to show their support for incumbent Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez.
We have a woman at the highest level at the House Armed Services Committee and Homeland Security, and she goes to bat for the people here.
We've had a voice in Washington in Loretta Sanchez. When it comes to access to capital, she's delivered. When it comes to capital gains, she's delivered.
Sanchez says her voting record shows she's helped create jobs and points to the 91 and 22 freeway widening projects. Fu Win owns a law firm on Garden Grove Boulevard. He says he supports Sanchez because she's been an advocate for human rights in Vietnam.
And her courage in reaching out, going back to Vietnam, trying to reach those dissidents, while her opponent, Van Tran, has not chosen to do so. And that shows a lack of courage.
Kirsten Mangers owns Web Visible, a software company. She says she's voting for Sanchez because of what she's done for small business, not because of her party affiliation.
This is the kind of representation we want, and I'm going to follow those candidates regardless of the D or the R behind their name if they're going to do well by my company, my family.
Small businesses where they're really on the front line, and as the economy starts to turn around, this is where the action will be. So I'm really
Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez hosted a briefing on combat operations in Iraq and Afghanistan with a retired general who's still very involved with our country's policies overseas. Lieutenant General Jay Garner served 2 tours in Vietnam and helped develop the Patriot missile system used in the Gulf War. He has headed the post-war reconstruction in Iraq. He's been there 4 times this year, twice in the last 30 days. He spoke to a group of people at the Garden Grove Elks Lodge.
What we're dealing with there is 1,000 years of hatred, and you don't overcome 1,000 years of hatred in just a few years.
He believes when we leave Iraq, there will be a civil war between the Shia and the Sunni, and that it will be a regional war that won't be good for the area or for us.
But having said all that, I'll tell you my opinion, it's time to leave.
General Garner says the situation in Afghanistan is completely different, but it's not a good one either.
We've been there for 9 years and have made very, very little headway.
Congresswoman Sanchez is on the House Armed Services Committee. She says it's important for the people of her district to stay informed.
I think it's important because we probably spend about $7 to $8 billion a month in Iraq and Afghanistan right now. So we really need to think about what's going on and what we, policy-wise, what we need to do with those places.
Garner, a Republican, thanks Sanchez for her support.
In readiness, although she voted against the war in Iraq, she tenaciously fought to get our troops the right equipment so they could be successful in their mission, but most of all, so they could survive.
The Congresswoman also pinned First Lieutenant Bud Salisbury with the Combat Infantry Badge. Salisbury served in the Vietnam War, where he was shot 3 times. He didn't receive his badge then, but Sanchez and her office were able to get it for him now.